Hi, this is Vivian in South Carolina. Week 5, since I've got all these bare root plants, and the Kentucky coffee trees, I'm going to have to watch out for because these are growing so fast. Much faster than the other ones. And as you can see, let's see, that's what it started out right here. And it's doubled, more than doubled in height. All the green, that's new. So I'm going to have to be careful that this doesn't get away from me. So I may just keep that in containers for now. Witch hazel. This bucket doesn't look too good. I'm going to go ahead and dig this one out and take that. Trading with somebody for some turmeric. It's probably not equal, but then again, I've got this and that's what she wants, so that's what I'll work with. The wild plums, they're doing great. Yeah, definitely the 2 new goji berries that I bought, they were already dead, so that was a waste of money. I thought that one was a goner too, so that's why I bought 2 more, so to have at least 2. Hoping to have 4, but I can add to that later, I hope. Here are the wild persimmons, and they're doing fine. The sandbar willows, this one's recovering, but you can see where it had kind of turned yellow when I repotted them. So they did have some effect, but they didn't turn yellow for a couple of days. Let's see. And hopefully they'll recover. We had a really good rain last night. Ah, looks like something's been eaten on that. Here's the pawpaws. I've never had that. I wonder how they taste. But it's a pretty looking plant. Oh yeah, something ate that. Or did the leaves drop off on this one? Willow. The service berries, hopefully they'll get into the ground this week. I said that last week too, didn't I? But we still hadn't had the power company come out and do the line, but my husband knows where that is on this side, so on this side of the house. So I can't get the elderberries and stuff in on the other side of the house until later. And the last of the sandbar willows. Oh, look at that. Just the cuttings, about a little over a foot or so. Finally, the pecans are all budded or leafed out. The big one. This one's doing the best. They see how long it's taken the pecans, 5 weeks, compared to the Kentucky coffee trees. The black walnuts, again, I've said it in the previous videos, it seems like the ones I put multiples in the buckets are doing better than the ones that were by themselves, but I don't know why that is. But just kind of, noting things that seem odd or going counter to what I thought it would go. And this is what I was thinking. Okay, these are mulberries. But look at the leaf on this mulberry compared to the leaves on this one. And then this one. Okay, here. New leaf. Down a little lower, it's got this leaf. So I guess maybe that's what's happening. But there's a couple of them that's doing like this. So walking around trying to identify plants, I would think that this was a different plant than this one. And maybe they sent me something wrong, I don't know. Here are the elderberries. That one is definitely dead. So, use that bucket. And the hazelnuts, they'll go in with the service berries. I'll alternate them. Here, my husband said he didn't want to trench the whole thing. he was going to do like a 10-foot stretch, and when I got that filled in, he'll do the next 10-foot stretch. Okay, I understand. But that shouldn't take me long because I'm going to reuse a lot of that soil, so I don't have to use get horse manure. Up on the orchard, the trees, the apple trees, seem to have recovered from the frost. But sadly, I may have lost this pomegranate. Chestnuts I've planted. This one here's near the orchard. No shock, no adjusting, I guess. Here's the base of the tree I planted last year, the one that had split, that I was able to split right down the middle, root ball and all. And this is how it's growing. I'm not sure how to trim it, prune it at this point. I'm going to let it be. I did get a little piece that was going way low. Oh, this one needs to go too. So I'll cut that off. Looks a little more yellow than it should be. It should be greener. I'm going to go ahead and trim off these bottom ones. So I'll leave that one there. Okay. Hopefully I didn't harm it too much. And that'll help it grow a little bit better. And the other one that I planted. Something's been munching on this one. So my husband dug this with the backhoe, so it was a nice big hole. And we brought this tree up. It was too big for one of the cages, so we didn't bother with that. And we did this a couple of nights ago because we knew it was storms were coming in yesterday. So we knew that it was going to get a nice heavy watering on its own. So, and now we've got this little cold front, which should help. And right up here, this is on the eastern side of our property. This is our property line. You can see the post up there. And where the trees have all been cut down and it's lower, that's what they did right after we bought this property 4 years ago. So that's 4 years of growth, because it was just all clear cut. And we thought they did the planting, but no, they just let the trees come up naturally. And you can see the sweet gums have definitely have it over the pines and everything else. They're weeds here. I told my husband he is more than welcome to get any of the pines, oaks, sweet gums, and hickories here and make room for the stuff we want to plant. Pretty sure this is sparkleberry or sandberry. What is that? Some wild cherry, hickory, oak, water oak. I also brought some figs out here because I got plenty, and plenty of strawberries. So I went ahead and planted the strawberries out here just to let them go, you know, see what happens here. And here's a chestnut. My husband was talking to me about spacing and trying to get, it's like, we're not trying to make order or an orchard. And I'm really questioning why we do some of the things we do. And looking at some of the information online about like chestnuts, how far do you plant the chestnuts to get optimal harvests and pollination and all this information. And I wonder about how did they do that, because it takes a long time for these to mature and grow, and going from one location to another, just because they have them 40 feet apart in this one orchard and they're getting great harvests, and then in another place at 40 feet apart they're doing awfully. There's so many other factors, the soil, the water, what other things are in the environment. So I feel I've got extras. These are basically free plants. I didn't pay anything for the figs or the chestnuts or these strawberries for that matter. I bought just a few and then they just went crazy. I'm hoping that these will go crazy and start making runners with little baby strawberry plants and just take off from over here as long as nothing is messing with them. My husband put a game camera on these, which I'll probably show up on, to see if anything comes nibbling at them and what they are. So here's another fig, and we made sure to mulch them real well. This is the lone surviving of the 4 chestnuts I planted last year, and it had a lot more leaves. Something came and ate on it, so I don't know. Hopefully it'll produce some more leaves. But I want to also make you notice how small this is compared to the ones I kept in the containers over winter. And those are huge and really bushed out. And this one's been struggling, so hopefully it'll make it. Right there in the very center. It's hard to make out, but I don't want to walk through this because it's poison oak here. This is a patch. My husband dug those 2 holes, but I grabbed 3 trees, and that one right there, right above my fingernail, is the 3rd chestnut tree that we planted the other night. And we went in this patch. We knew it was we knew what we were getting into, and I need to come in here and do some salting and cutting down. And poison ivy doesn't seem to bother me as much as it bothers my husband, but we were in long pants and we made sure to strip down as we went into the house and put the stuff into the washing machine right off. So none of us got any contact with this, so none of our skin. But we dug the hole manually, and then I planted it. So I just put that in the patch over there. We were thinking about here, you know, closer to the, like we did the other ones around the this outer perimeter pathway drive that we have. But he may be wanting to, we were discussing, he may want to cut into this corner and do some other stuff over here. So we just put it into the patch over there. So there's a big patch of poison ivy, poison oak through here. And Virginia creepers. That's not really poisonous, but some people react to it like others react to poison ivy, poison oak. Leaves of 3, let them be. But that, yeah, blackberry canes will have leaves of 3. Strawberries have leaves of, no, something else does. Anyway, these are actually lovely plants. Let's look at the new leaves on that. But they're right in the pathway. We've got a bunch of elephant's foot. These flattened plants down there. They're called elephant's foot or elephant's feet. And I noticed this one last week, earlier this week. And here's a picture of it. What it looked like a few days ago, and it's right across from this tree, this dead oak here. And these, I'm wearing shorts, so I can't go deeper into this. But there's a big patch of poison oak and ivy in there. But this tree is loaded with these mushrooms, and we've gotten some. We've taken 2 from the bottom just to try to identify them. We still don't know exactly. There's some sort of giant conch, C-O-N-K. I don't think they're artist conch, but they could be. I almost walked through this without looking because I got excited looking at these. I'm pretty sure these are false turkey tails. But, oh my gosh, I think these are turkey tails. We had a nice rain. Oh my gosh, I'm going to come back and harvest these. I gotta get something and cut them off. So, that's the update. April 5th, Friday. 5-week update of the bare root trees and the other trees that we've got going on. We've got little baby hickories all over. So I want to start walking with the limb lopper and coming through, because these are all just too close to this pathway. There's one in the pathway. Another patch of poison oak. It's pretty, isn't it? Just don't go frolicking in it. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. Got some oaks. Probably another hickory growing here in the drive. And I want to be able to come out here and walk barefooted one day. We'll see. Nice sized burr. But isn't this a lovely day? Huge oak. I love days like this. Thanks for watching.